Quit listening to podcasts, bin the books, and execute your morning routine with military precision. Track your habits, count your macros, kill screen time. You do every single task. So why are you still standing still? After this grueling push for excellence, why are you weak, more tired, more broken, and more like a loser? Stop asking questions now. Your effort isn't the solution. Your obsession is the virus. This constant, pathetic need to fix your soul is a massive trap, and it is destroying your health. Get real. This entire self-growth mission likely started with noble intent. You sought better health, more joy, and peak output. But somewhere down the line, that path transformed into a brutal, shame-fueled grind. That is the self-growth death spiral. It is a toxic, circular nightmare where your desperate need to constantly evolve creates the exact symptoms you tried to avoid: burnout, panic, and that gut-wrenching feeling of being a total failure. I know this because I lived it. I remember staring at my library, eyeing 50 books I bought, praying that one single page would save me. One page to kill my laziness, make me a winner, and unleash my elite version. But with every chapter, I found a new weakness. My list of chores for becoming perfect grew longer, but my actual life felt like a ghost town. I spent every hour learning how to live while I was actually rotting away. And you are not special. This failure is built on 3 core lies that keep you trapped on the loser wheel. First, consumption as action. You binge-watch videos and worship podcasts like they are medicine. Your brain gets a cheap dopamine hit, a fake sense of victory that experts call the false first step. You think you are moving because you are studying, but you are just procrastinating on the brutal, heavy work of real change. Second, the constant fix industry. The self-help machine, a beast worth over $56 billion by 2026, lives by making you feel like trash. It needs you to believe you are broken, so you keep buying. This focus on your flaws keeps you in perpetual self-hatred. You waste your energy attacking who you are instead of forging who you must become. Third, productivity, obsession. This is the toxic lie that your worth equals your output. You feel like a coward for sleeping. Every hobby must be a business, and every walk needs a lecture to be useful. Rest isn't recovery anymore. It is a lack of discipline. You are caught. You feel weak, so you consume more trash, find more flaws, and grind until you break. No excuses. If this truth is hitting you hard, it's because you've been lying to yourself. Thousands in this community are finally snapping out of the trap. Smash that like button. Hit subscribe right now. We only deal in pure science here. Zero marketing trash. Do it now. Comment below. What's the one pathetic habit you're forcing that you actually hate? I'm reading every single one. Why does a path promising power leave you feeling like a victim? The truth is buried in your biology. Psychologically, this endless chase reinforces one thought: I am a loser right now. Every time you bark about discipline or confidence, you feed your inner coward. This creates chronic mental war. You are literally fighting your own shadow. Research proves this paradox. Intense self-growth efforts lead to zero self-acceptance because the act of changing implies you are currently garbage. This is not just mental. This internal war has physical body counts. The pressure to perform keeps your nervous system in a state of high alert. This is not good stress. It is a low-grade, constant poison, leading to insomnia, panic, and physical pain. Left alone, this leads straight to burnout, a state of total collapse recognized by the WHO in 2019 as a legitimate phenomenon. Here is the irony, the productivity paradox. Your obsession with work makes you useless. Your brain needs silence. It needs boredom. It needs vacuum. Those moments, staring at walls, are when your brain builds elite solutions. But the cult of grind calls this wasted time. Studies show that scheduled breaks boost your output and your health. Your obsession is burning out the engine required for deep work. You are a car redlining in neutral. It sounds loud, but you aren't moving. Eventually, the engine explodes. Parts fly, and you quit. That depression isn't a mood. It is your body shutting down the system because you are too reckless to stop. You built a high-performance prison. If grinding isn't the answer, what is? Do you quit? Never. The solution isn't to stop growing. It is to change your strategy. Move from self-hatred to total mission readiness. The escape begins with one command: acceptance first growth. This means you stop trying to repair yourself and start trying to master yourself. True, lasting power isn't born from hating your reflection. It is born from owning your current status while attacking your potential. It is the difference between "I must kill my fear" and "I will build my strength to conquer new territory." The first is a retreat. The second is an invasion. How do we execute? No magic hacks, just cold, hard strategy. First, shift from consumption to execution. Next time you reach for an audiobook, stop. Ask, what is the one lesson I learned this month? What is one violent, imperfect step I can take right now? The goal is not information, it is integration. Take one massive action. Second, enforce strategic rest. Schedule time to do absolutely nothing. Be bored, walk without a headset. Treat rest as a mandatory tactical recovery, not a reward. This isn't being lazy. It is being a professional. Give your brain the fuel to recharge for the next battle. Third, practice cold self-awareness. Stop judging your feelings. Observe them like a scout. Meditation works, but a midday status check is faster. What do I need to win right now? Maybe it is a sprint, maybe a meal, maybe a breath. You cannot win a war without a map. Draw the map. Fourth, double down on strengths. What are you already elite at? What is your natural edge? Attacking from your strengths builds momentum. Growth shouldn't be a slow crawl through your failures. It should be a violent expansion of your power. Finally, change your metrics. Stop tracking boxes checked. Track your energy levels. At night, ask, did my actions today fuel me or drain me? The goal is not to be a machine. The goal is to build a life that is worth winning. This journey was never meant to make you feel small. It was a path to total freedom. The irony is, true power isn't found in being a perfect robot, but in having the discipline to accept the evolving, imperfect warrior you are today. Growth isn't a race to a finish line. It is a lifelong, aggressive unfolding of your potential. Here is your order, and it is not a 30-day challenge. It is the opposite. Execute one act of acceptance today. Take 10 minutes to do nothing. Forgive a mistake that slowed you down. Tell yourself, I am enough to start winning. Tell me in the comments, what is the one thing you will do today? Not to improve, but to take charge. Move. Remember, you don't need to be perfect to start winning. You are already worthy of a massive life. Now get to work.